Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. It's the start of a new week here in Australia. Sorry to those folks in the UK with daylight savings, but today we're going to be recording more of this KindaKore music video using LumaFusion. But first, we're going to kick off with this week's featured artist. It is Thomas Gillane. This is Blow It All Up to Smithereens.
I want to blow it up, blow it up to smithereens. They say when we're out there, we'd get broken, bruised, twisted, stabbed and abused, pulled apart, twisted inside out. Like a dough, we'll get baked and eaten alive. Oh, is it really true? Oh, I think I found it out. Oh, they're the wolves and we are the sheep. You've seen them with their bellies full. Oh, and I think I can hear them sharpen their knives. Oh, we are next. Oh, I'm gonna blow it up, blow it up to smithereens. I've got the fuse and I've got the nerve. They're all smoke and mirrors, fragile and breakable. We will see what they're made of. Tonight I'll plan my great escape, and we will see our friends again soon.
Thomas Gillane, Blow It All Up to Smithereens. Hello! I hope you're all doing good today. Welcome to the show. Just fix a couple of things there. Sorry, the comments aren't working today. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't work, and I need to reboot OBS, and the show's already started, so it's too late. But we go on. Who cares? Because I can see the chat there, over there. See, up there. Hello, my name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS, where every day we look at making music, making videos, creating stuff with amazing apps that developers create, from mental health to well-being to interviews with fantastic creators. And also on the weekend, I do an opening hour where I perform live for all of you. And this week was no exception. Very emotional opening hour this weekend. All right, we got heaps to cover today, so we'll say hello to people in the chat. Yes, for those of you in the UK, yes, I know, daylight savings has hit and the show's an hour later. And going forward, it won't change. The times in the US and in the UK will stay the same. And because next week in Australia, our clocks go back. So I'm starting an hour earlier to keep the times staying exactly as they are. So going forward, they will be this time. It is what it is. What can you do? You can't complain. You can't change shit. It just is what it is. Alrighty, let's cover a few things. First, say hello to people, as I said. Hello to I've an Idea.
Boom.
Thomas Christ.
Boom.
Gregory O'Sullivan.
Boom.
Brad Example.
Boom.
Syaf and good to see you.
Boom.
Dave Fox.
Boom.
Thomas Galane's here.
Boom.
Welcome aboard. Hey, Russ, what's going on?
Boom. 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 Boom.
Oh, man, I've got a new toy. I can't help it. Alrighty. I hope you're all doing well.
Boom.
That'll wear thin soon, I tell you what.
Stunning.
Alrighty. Boom. One more.
Boom.
Boom. Alrighty. So what are we looking at today? We're looking at LumaFusion. We're going to jump in. So I need to give you all a word of warning. There is graphic imagery that will be seen on this. If you are adverse to seeing animal slaughter, I do suggest you look away for most of this, because we'll be covering some of the heavier stuff. Going to be covering some really simple tricks that you may not be aware of in LumaFusion today that'll make your life incredibly easy. I kind of have overlooked these because they're so simple. Sometimes you just assume people know the really simple stuff, but today I'm just going to go over some really basic stuff that's going to make your life in LumaFusion a lot easier. But first, some announcements. We need to cover a couple of things. So, yes, last week on the show, I recorded a 6-track EP in 1 hour. 1 freaking hour, using AUM and using the awesome Spacefields app and 6 notes. Well, it's available right now. So it is available on BandCamp right now. There it is, all 6 tracks. There is the EP. It is available. It is $5 if you want to buy it here on BandCamp, or you can get the entire collection. Look, all the utensils albums for $21.75. That's a 25% discount off. So there are the tracks: E6, A5, D4, G3, B2, and E1. Those are the titles of the songs. And so this was completely manifested in 1 hour on this very show using, and it explains everything that was used here. So you can see track 1 was acoustic guitar using Strummer. Track 2 using piano, pure piano. Track 3 was a classic orchestra, symphonic. 4, a choir with pure synth. And track 5, alto sax with Swam. And the last track was with a real electric guitar using Rhino and Black Hole. So that is now available on BandCamp. But wait, there's more, because yesterday on the Patreon show, I mastered the tracks. And look, it's already available on all the streaming services except Spotify, because they're normally a couple of days late, Spotify. But everywhere else, it's already available. Thank you, DistroKid. DistroKid. Thank you, DistroKid, for releasing my EP. I'm pretty happy with it for, making it in 1 hour. Very, very happy with it. So it is available on all streaming services. It is called EADGBE, or also known as EADGBE. EADGBE. That's what I like to call it, the new Utensils EP. EADGBE. Yeah, so there you go. Oops, don't want to go there. Not Torrent Leech. What the hell? So there it is, available on, and you can have a listen. So you're definitely getting your money's worth because it is, as I said, 6 tracks, and it goes for a total of, I think, 21 or 23 minutes. It's actually quite long. I didn't think it was going to go that long, but there you go. All right, so that's that. Let's jump over and have a look at any price drops. So the session apps, session band apps, they are all on sale. So if you wanted to grab these, I use these a lot. I don't use them to actually create and release music, interestingly enough. But what I do use them for is on this show. So if I want to showcase like a guitar kind of thing and can't really play my guitar early in the morning, I will go into one of these session apps and grab a whole bunch of instruments from it, export the files, and then open them up in AUM and put the AV3s over the top. So they are all like dropped down to $2.99 and $11.90 and $3.99. They're quite big downloads. A lot of them are about 1 gigabyte a download, so they are huge. I will be doing more shows on them as that happens. So there's a few other things here worth note. So grand piano, micro grand piano. This actually is made for your watch and it's free. Really interesting. Sampletron's half price. Waverly tables, Mila 1 and 2 still on sale, and a whole lot more. But we want to jump in and play with LumaFusion today. I'm going to have a bit of coffee, and we'll jump in and see what's going on with LumaFusion. So I haven't done much more with the LumaFusion project since last week. So let's open it up and get in. Although I have added this opening scene here of these cows when I hit play. So I've just got a nice false beginning, because I want people to have a nice false beginning and be shocked. Okay, we'll cover more of that later. So what I want to do first, I want to bring in the title, which I always add the same kind of title to these tracks. So it's pretty simple. It's always the same text. So there you go. There's a KindaKore one. There's the FMC one. And this is like that old school MTV thing at the start. I'll try to put so at the very beginning. So this is the one that's Utensils, Impending Doom, KindaKore. This is the one we want. Relentless Cruelty. So this is basically a PNG that I've made in GoDaddy Studio. So it's got a transparent background just with the writing here. And I can drag this in because this is going to go right at the start. Now, I want this to actually, normally I have it fade in, but I don't want that this time. I want something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is drag this around the middle of the project, of the first section here. So roughly around the middle. It doesn't have to be exact. But knowing me, I'm a Virgo. Look, that looks pretty cool. And I want this to actually, instead of fade in this time, I want it to come up from the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to go into the edit screen. So I just double tap on this. And we are in our edit section. We're in frame and fit down the bottom here. So now I'm just going to pinch with my fingers. Just pinch this down, make it smaller. I'm going to put it around here. That's where I want it to come in. Let's have a look at it on a bigger screen. See if it's what size that looks. That looks pretty good. I might make it a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. And we can do that just by going to our size here. Just adding it a little bit there. That's probably a bit better. Yeah. And that's where I want it to actually come in. So, how am I going to do that? Normally, I would show you how to do a keyframe. Yeah, we could use this slider down here and add some keyframes, but there is an easier way. Did you know there is an easier way? So all I need to do is go up here to the little folder icon in the top corner, go to transitions, and scroll till I find a transition that I want. And I actually want this to push up from the bottom. So here we have a push, and I can grab this, drag it across, and drop that in, and look at this. How easy is that? Really simple to add push ups, and then we want to push down. So we'll drag the push down to the end, and now very easily, simple. How easy was that? And you can change the length of it. So if you want it to come in a little bit slower, you can click on it like so. And what is it set to? It's currently set to 20. I want to make it a little bit longer. So we're going to give it like 1 second. Let's see what that looks like in real time. Beautiful. You know what? Now that I think about it, it's probably a bit too long. So I'm going to hit the back arrow. I kind of like it actually faster. It's a bit snappier. Yeah. I think, and let's look at it where it goes out. Aha! Now you see what went wrong there. Because I thought that would push down, but because we actually want it to go out, you have to put the same icon. So we want to push up, and look, that'll push it back down. Because we've already pushed down. So it's we've pushed up first, and then we want it to push up again to go out. How's that? So you need to remember that. It can get a bit confusing. And I thought I'd just show you that to make that, because mistakes make us better. Now, I knew that, of course, but... Right, so there's our intro. That's cool. And now, because we've got this space here at the beginning... Hello, Marquee Effects. Hello, Patrick Chandler. Good to see you both. Now I can add a fade in to the start of the video. So I've got this dip up here. And I'm just going to add this to the picture. So we actually have a black screen. Time to fade in. And then the logo comes up. Super simple, yeah? Don't even have to use a keyframe or nothing. I think what I will do for this too is maybe even fade this out, just to try and give it a little bit of something different. And let's click on this. We'll zoom in a bit. So let's click on the actual fade out and bring this up a bit. We'll make it a second, sorry. So let's see how this looks. Now, why did I put a fade out there? Well, I would like to have here, as this fades out, something else under there. In between this space here, some kind of image or some kind of really light, and we can do this. We can make a hidden message, like a message about like be kind to animals or something. So I'm going to do that. We'll come back to that later. All right, so I'm thinking about putting lyrics in this as well too. So I've already kicked this off by putting in a line of lyrics. Here is the first line. So the taste of blood is on our hands. That is the first line. Really easy to do lyrics. We'll go in and cover this again. So you can double click on here and it brings up this little piece up the top. This is where you can write your lyrics in. And once you have written lyrics in there, you head down here to done. And then you are left with this whole section over here where you can go in and choose the text you want. So we've covered on other shows that you can import your own text files. So you can import any TTF files on your own. You can see I've got heaps of these of my own text files. So I'm using this whole blood looking text here because we are dealing with a lot of blood in this. So we can close that out. You can change the line spacing, right? So you can change your line spacing up and down, all that kind of stuff. See how it's set here to up and down? So you can do that. You can change the center, left and right, all that kind of stuff, basic stuff there. I've chosen this color. I've got a black outline. So I can change the opacity of that outline because I want this to stand out, whatever's behind it. So I'm using a heavy black outline there. You can change the width of it. We're at 12 at the moment. You can do whatever you want. So 12 seems okay. Excuse me. You can move this all around with these things here too. So you can change these without having to use your fingers. So, and if you double click, it'll bring it back to the center. There you go. So that's our text. Now I'm going to use the same method for these lines. Again, I'm going to bring this to the, where are we? Where's the vocals kick in? Cool. So what I'm going to do is, again, move this to around the middle of this clip. And we're going to bring in, we want to go push right. So I'm going to bring in a push right for this. Let's see. So it comes in there. And then we want to do a push left because we want to make it go out the other end. Now, really easy to do the next vocal line because you don't have to like make another one each time to do it. Start a new text. How you would do that is down here with your little plus button and hit an overlay title, yeah, to make another one. Or you can just be super lazy and make sure it's selected, hit copy, make a copy of it, and then drag this over to the next section. And then just go in and change the words. I don't even know what the next words are. That's sad. I can't even read. I can't even understand my own lyrics. God help you guys. How ridiculous. Relentless. The need to feed our taste demands. So I'm going to click on this, double click. The need to feed our taste demands. Done. Now it's all the same size, so that's good too. Simple. And again, we just need to grab these, our push right, drag that on, and then our push left. And that should come in beautifully. Okie doke. So this is our chorus. And I'm probably going to put lyrics in here as well. Shall we do a couple more of these? it should be easier because once you do another copy of this, this is our next one, we can shrink this to fit in here. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. So let's go, what is the chorus? Relentless in every way. Double click. Relentless in every way. Relentless in every way. And again with this, I'm going to leave these blocked in because the chorus kind of comes in right on the change. And I'm going to do a push up with this. And then a push down. That should be right. The other way around. I got to do the same. See how I push up. I push up. I push up. Do-do-do. There we go. Hey, Ingo. Hope you're doing well. So now that we've got this in here, we can just copy these across. And again, so we'll just, and once we've done the choruses, because the choruses in this are exactly the same, I can do a quick drag and copy these all across. So let's do another copy. Relentless in every way. Relentless in every way. Cruelty without a say. Trying to remember my own lyrics. Hello, Reality. So we're going to double click on this. Cruelty without a say. Da, 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 da. And again, I can copy this straight away. And we'll do our next one here. Endless cruelty. Endless cruelty every day. La 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 la. So let's get this correct. So we need to zoom in. I'm just trying to match all this up, get it right. So this can come forward. This can come forward. That's right on the change there. And again, we can do this last one here. So I'm going to copy this. Copy and throw this on the end. And that's the right size. So we have relentless in every way, cruelty without a say. Next line is endless cruelty every day. Which we've, hang on. Yep, endless cruelty every day. Relentless cruelty is the price we pay. Double click on this. Relentless cruelty is the price. Oh, is it going to fit? Just. Cool. There we go. So we're going to make these pop up from the bottom, as I said. We'll do a push up. We'll do a push up. Lots of push ups today. Oh man, I didn't want to do that. Let's get rid of those. So it's a good idea to zoom in. So you can make sure you are adding the push-up to the right scene. There we go. We can do another push-up here. Another push-up here. Right on the end. And another one there. We just need to stretch this out a little bit. I'll just make sure. So we can actually shorten this clip here. And one more push-up. There we go. So we've got all our push-ups running there. Let's run through from here and see what it looks like in full screen. In fact, we'll go right back to the start here, and we'll have a look at the whole thing in full screen. We'll have a drink and see what it looks like so far. Yeah, let's do it. Cool, nice and simple. So that is the basis of our first verse and chorus. Pretty easy stuff. I know we have this middle section here. Let's just go over this. You might want to turn away now. Relentless cruelty is the price we pay. So there's a whole bunch of other stuff I'm going to grab and put in here today. Thomas Christ says, one thing to think about when you get your video played on shows, your lyrics will be covered by comments, etc. Yeah, you know what? I don't really care about that because I'm not making videos to be played on shows. I'm making videos for my own. You know, if you'll make, hey, that's totally up to you, folks. If you want to make video clips and change your artistic integrity for them getting played somewhere, for comments coming up, but that's up to you. But for me personally, I don't give a shit about that because it's all about the artistic integrity of your song and what you want it to look like yourself on your own channel. So, you know, hey, yeah, that's it. If you're thinking, if you're catering to advertisers, then I don't know. That's up to you. It's we all have our own artistic freedom and creativity, but mine is, I want my videos to look good for me and on my channel. That's the thing first. And, you know, that is it. All right. So I'm going to bring in, yeah, I'm aware of it and I see it all the time. And yeah, I guess, you know, what are you going to do? Put the lyrics over the middle of your scene? That doesn't make sense either. So that's, yeah, especially when you're taking so much time to put together images and stuff. Yeah. All right. I'm going to bring in another video here because I've got some really hardcore stuff I want to bring into this. And that is going to be in my documents folder. I think I still have it, hopefully. Now, I think it is... I think it's filmed in a kosher. It's this one actually. So we're going to bring this one in. I'm going to hit share, and I'm going to bring this in. So what's really cool again, you've got this little share to LumaFusion, and this should bring in the entire video. I can close out of documents, come into LumaFusion. La 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 la. And it should have put that in there. Meet horror. I think that's it. So yes, this is the one I want. So yeah, guys, this is going to be pretty heavy. You're probably not going to want to see this. Some of this is a bit heavy. But I actually only wanted one particular scene out of this. It's that one. Brutal. Is it that one? I know, guys, hardcore. But this is my artistic integrity, I guess. I am trying to. I mean, if you've watched part of this already, you know I'm trying to send a message, and this is a message that, man. And again, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live their life, what to eat and what not to eat. But I think it's always a good thing to be aware of what you're eating and how it's getting in your mouth. Because there are practices in this world that many people aren't aware of, and they're pretty fucked up. And there are other ways to do things, and a lot of the ways that are in this, pictured in some of these videos are not the way to do things. Definitely not the way. Come on, let me pick this up. Pick it up, pick it up. Let's just do that. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Speed. Go. La 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 la. I know this is an odd way I do things, but we all have different ways of working with creating videos. I like to bring all these images in and then add them into the palette so I can go back and see what I actually have to work with. You might have a better way of doing this, and that is awesome. Okay. So what we need to do, because we have some text in here, I need to chop this out. So we're going to go into frame and fit, and we're going to stretch this out. So that is taken out of the picture, the writing that was in here. Now, we're probably going to have to, I'm going to slow this down because, where have I put this? I put it in the wrong place, I think. So this is for the middle section, right here. And it looks like it's actually a good length. So 4 seconds. So you'll see in all of these, I've already added, in the last show, I've added these sections here. I've added the contrast, what kind of contrast I wanted for this. So I'm just going to copy the contrast from this one to my clipboard. Let's do that. I don't think it's going to let me. That's nice of you. Can I do it up here? Copy. Copy. Sweet. And we're going to paste that to this. But we're going to turn these off and hit paste. There we go. So it's a bit brighter. Man, that's hardcore. So we can cut a few seconds off here. I think it's about 4:04. It's about here, actually. Nice. Nice, LumaFusion. All right. Oh, wow, look at that. I've lost my music. Nice one, LumaFusion. Thank you. So I've lost sound. So what we're going to do is make sure this is all good. Let's close out. Good stuff. Way to go, LumaFusion. These things happen. Hey, you know what? This is one of the things with iOS that you have to work around, because iOS crashes a lot. There's a lot of issues. Things happen. And with iOS, you have to be a person who can think outside the box and not get too upset. I don't like the look of this. Oh, there we go. That's good. And I've lost sound again. I've got no sound anymore. Damn. Why would it's playing? Let's see if that works. Let's see if this fixes it. There we go. All right. So what I did there was just turn off and on my audio interface. Sweet. There is that. So we've gone. What animals do we have in this section? We've got we've got sheep, pigs, chicks. Then we need to move to the next section for here is some cows. I think it's either that one. I think this is the one I was going to use. Yeah. This is what we're using here. Man, hardcore, really hard to watch. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest, when this is finished, this is not going to be a clip I'm going to watch very much. Although being desensitized to it, it really sucks. Let's just move this file back. We don't need this. Okay, so I just want to find a good, what am I saying, a good moment. There is no good moment in this clip. There is absolutely no good moment. Okay. Whew, sorry guys, I'm not talking a lot today because this is just shit. I can do songs like FMC and write songs that are really fucked up and disgusting, but yeah, this is just hardcore. Boom. All right, I'm going to just go. I think I need 2 more clips. For this section. Layla says, I recently found out what FMC stands for. Goodness me. I think. Jesus. All right, I'm going to go back to doing other clips because this is too hardcore for me. So where were we up to in the verses? We had these clips, cows, pigs, that. All right, we're going to use this for the next verse. What time is it? 8:48. Speaking of merch, we weren't, were we? Did you know there's new FMC merch? There's not new FMC merch, I'm lying. There's actually new How to App on iOS merch. All right, so here's our next verse. Cool. What do we have next? I'm just going by the initial clips here. Okay, we'll use this one. I don't think I'm going to make a Relentless Cruelty t-shirt. No, I don't think. Because if I did, it would be really savage. It would be really savage. And I don't think it would please vegans. Okay, so here's our next verse. And you can see here what I just did there. Again, looking for the next section. So you can see in the WAV file here how there's a bit of a jump there in that wave. So that's how I know that's where the change is between these two sections. So now I can bring this in here. And that should be right on the money. Let's see if it is. Perfect. Again, if we zoom in, you can see, once again, right there, right here, that's where our change is. So we can cut right there and delete that, and you should see that'll boom, nice and easy. So it's really easy to sort your clips. Plus you can see here the other way you can do it too is just go by the first one, which is 8 seconds. So you can see it's got a number on it too. It says 8 seconds. So both of these are 8-second clips. So that's all we need to do for these clips. What have we got? What was that first one? Cows, cows. I'm trying to mix it up. Okay, so the other thing I want to grab, let's do a search. I want to do a search for a Storyblocks clip while we're here. So I'm clicking on footage, and I'm looking for blood on hands. So let's see if we can find a clip somewhere in here with somebody's hands covered in blood. We might not be able to find it. It doesn't look like it. Blood on hands. There was one there, close up of hands. Where was that? So here's one with blood on hands. Hey, that's pretty good. Right, so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to actually put this in because I'm going to actually overlay a bit of stuff on these clips too. So the first line here is blood on hands. I'm going to take this, drop it in here. Now you can see it's now covered over our clip. And I want it to be from about here. So we'll trim that. Remove that. Trim this out. And now I'm going to go in, double click on this. I'm going to fade. We're going to go into here to frame and fit. And I'm going to go into blending. Start this at 0. And, oops, let's clear that. And what I'm going to do is take this clip back to the beginning. I'm going to do a bunch of keyframes here. So I'm going to click the first keyframe to put one in. So now that I've put a keyframe in here, it's set to opacity 0. And then around here, I'm going to put in a keyframe. Then I'm going to put in another keyframe here. Then I'm going to put one right at the end. And I'm going to go into these. And bring the opacity up to, what's that, 70? Let's make it an even 70. We'll do 75. Sweet. Then we'll go into our next one here. And bring this up to 75 as well. And so what should happen is now I've put that in the wrong place. So there you go. Good stuff. Man, I'm really together today. Let's fix that up. Go into blending. We'll remove all these. They're all gone. So we're going to need to slow this down a bit, I think. Oh, look, it fits actually almost. So we'll actually have to slow this down. Let's do this. We'll go into slow. Slow it down to about 96%. See if that fits. Close, close, close. Kind of. So maybe 90, 93, 92. Perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do with this also is now I'm going to actually move this text up. I'm going to bring this down and bring the text back. So we want the hands to actually come in underneath the text. So now we can double click on these hands, go into frame and fit, go into blending. We'll put these points in again, one at the start. And you'll notice what I'm doing here to try and get an idea of where this happens. I'm actually using these markers. Yeah. So I'm going to put another point in there. Then we'll click here. Just so it's kind of evenly balanced. Then we'll put a point in at the end. Go back to the beginning. We'll turn the blending down to 0. We'll turn this one up to, so that's already 75%. And we'll put this last one at 0. So hopefully that'll kind of work with the lyrics. So looking at that, we can probably make that a bit not as strong. So again, into frame and fit, blending, and we'll click on these 2 points, and we'll change this down to about 50%. Change this one to 50% as well. That hopefully will look a bit better, so you can still see the cows under there. Cool. Hey, what's going on, Metalhead Hippie?
Boom. Boom.
There you go. That's for you. Got the boom button happening wherever I
Boom.
want. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom.
Okay, so this one I don't need to add anything because the need to feed our taste demands, I think it's already covered with the eggs going across. That works really well. Where are we? We've got a couple of minutes to go. So we're in our second section here, and I'm going to look for a couple more. So following the same pattern, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a search for some piggies. Let's do a bit of pigs search. Look at those small piglets. We haven't had piglets. What do these look like? Little piglets. Oh, look at them, how cute they are. Yeah, this is the clip I'm using. Next. So we'll drag this in here. Piglets. And we'll cut this down to 8 seconds. And it should fit, look at that, right on that bar change there of the song. Perfect. And see, with the first section of the song, where there's no lyrics, we had cows, pigs, chickens, and then a sign about animal cruelty. So I'm going to do the same thing for this one as well. Keep it consistent, because I know I have... So there we go. Votes for animals. So we're going to drag this into the time frame as well. Man. Boom.
Boom.
Now you'll notice this only goes for 5 seconds, so we're going to have to stretch this out a bit, and we'll double click on it, and we shall go into our speed and reverse, and we're going to slow this down by about 85. That certainly isn't enough, so let's bring it right down to, what's that? So probably 65, 7.2 seconds, so we need about 60. There we go, 8 seconds and 9. Sweet. So now we can chop off a bit of that. Once again, you can see that change there. There's the change, which goes into the chorus. So let's have a look at that. This is the next section, maybe. Alrighty, so I reckon I'm in a really good place right now. I don't want to go too long today. So we only really covered a little bonus thing there. Now, what I'm going to do is, I don't think I'm going to do another show on this. I think I'm just going to finish it away from here and release this by the end of this week. Just so I don't put you all through any more gore of watching the back and forward, and then you can decide to watch it once it's finished. I think that's a better way to go now. So yeah, remember, you don't have to always use keyframes. Now, let's just cover before we go. Within your transitions, not only do you have, let's go to transitions. Not only do you have things like your cross dissolves, dips, flashes, bursts, all this kind of stuff, grows and shrinks to transition, you also do have things like wipes left and right. So let's try a couple of these before we go. So I'm going to add some in here. So let's do some swipes and see how they look. So I'm going to do a wipe left. I'm going to put this between these two clips, so you'll see you can do plenty of these effects. If you just don't want to do cuts, you've got a whole bunch of these really cool wipes that are in here. So you've got like a spin. We'll keep that in here. You've got like a wipe right, of course. So when you put it between the two clips, that's when you get like a nice clean wipe. And if you want to see what the wipe does, if you just click on it, you'll get a representation of what the wipe is doing with each one. So you've got a wipe up, all these kind of things, a wipe down and left. And these are your slides. So what's good with slides, and you can do it with images as well. So you can bring in images as you wish and bring them into the scene really easily. So if I just take a clip here before we go, we'll grab something small like this. And we'll put this, where should we put this? We'll put this over this animal rights clip. We'll make it small. Actually, we'll put it over this. So I might want this to pop up in a little section. So what I'm going to do is now move this into the middle, double click on it. I want to change the size of it. So we're going to go into form and fit. I'm going to pinch this to make it a little box. Now you'll notice it's got these, the way I've screenshotted this actual video. So I want to get rid of those black lines, yeah? I'll zoom in so you can see this. So to get rid of these black lines, this is where you use something like cropping. And now you'll see you've got this outline around it. And you can easily use top to crop out the black lines and bottom to crop out that black line. So now we have a nice even image. And we go back to size and position. And now we can shrink that down. And wherever I want this to come in, say up there, this is now it's in place. That's where I want it. And now you can do this like with a picture. And we can add a, what do we want to do? So you've got all these slides. You've got pushes and slides. And you see with a, let's do a slide left. So that these slides can be used to transition, but for pushes. So we'll do another push with this. We want to do a push right. So now we've added that push right in. Actually, we want to do the other one, don't we? Man, I always get my left and right wrong. We want to do a push left. And now that little picture will just come in. And we can decide how long we want that to be. If we want it to come in fast. Stretch that out a bit. And then we can make it go out again there too. So let's push that all the way to the end. So now when we go full screen, so you can do it with images, you can do it with text, whole lot of ways to do it. Really simple. So get to know your transitions and such, because they're really handy for your quick things, for quick images, quick text, all that kind of thing. And then when you really want to do some crazy stuff, which I'm going to do probably a show next week, where we're just going to look at doing hand-drawn animations. We're going to have a look at 2 apps next week, it looks like. So we're going to do Procreate and show you how to draw text and writing and stuff, and then bring that into LumaFusion and animate hand-drawn stuff, like little hand-drawn pictures, and make them sparkle and things like that in LumaFusion, because that might be handy for you guys as well to add some really unique things. So we'll look at that next week with LumaFusion, because this clip will be finished by then. Let's delete that. We don't need that. Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. So we'll play through the song. I'll say goodbye to you all. Let's we'll probably play up to here, because we've got a bit of blank space there. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, in a bit under an hour's time, Pete Johns' YML is on. So if you'd like to jump over there, remember Pete Johns, YML, Your Music Live. Tomorrow I'll be back, and tomorrow I am looking at, I don't even know what I'm looking at tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? We are looking at Phase Mutant by Blease. And it's really cool. And then the day after that, we are looking at Popsicle, which Popsicle's really, really cool. Really, really awesome effects plugin. So that is coming up, guys. Alrighty, let's play through this. And remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we all arise together. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Let's play where we're up to with this video clip. And bye-bye for now. Oh, yeah.